that what you want?
All right, so we are live again. So, you guys, we should have a very, very special guest. I have my Aaliyah shirt on. I hope you guys are tuned in. This is Meet the People Live with another episode. Somebody just sent me a request. Hi, guys. What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in to Meet the People Live. We're going to have a special guest very, very, very soon. What's up, y'all? Good to see you. How you guys are doing? How's everybody doing? Keep killing it, Queen. I appreciate y'all. It's 25 episodes. This is technically 25 episodes. This is a surprise episode because I'm not going to announce who's coming in because they're just going to come in and I see the odds. How's everybody doing out there? All right. Yep. We're about to go live. Meagan Good is here. My cousins, Lamyia Good, and the last and surely not least, Dijon is here. We're about to go live with the cousins, the host, and we're going to bring them in here. Let's see, is Wi-Fi working?
Hey!
What's going on?
Live, and I'm like, yo, how's everybody doing? Are you guys good? How y'all feeling?
We're good. How you doing?
As good as can be
Yeah.
considered. Right.
Yeah.
You already know. We're all feeling the tensions in our bodies. Everybody is finding it hard to sleep. Backs is aching, belt too tight with all this going on.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely. I'm glad that you guys can be here. We can talk about this show. I already know I'm part of the family.
Yes, you are.
I already know.
You already know.
Fun fact, Jaira, who's one of your cousins.
Jai.
She was Tessie. I played Pepper, and she was Tessie when we did Annie back, like, way back then. So
Crazy.
yes, back when we were
She did that, that was so long
back in
ago.
the day,
Wow.
That's crazy.
2008 or 9. It was
Yeah.
I used to beat her up all the I took
Full acting.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. So I already know I'm part of the family, but everyone that's tuning in is also part of the family. This is Cousins. It's hosted by you all. This is a show that you launched 2 weeks ago. Right, yeah, 2 weeks ago. The third episode is coming out. Is it out right now, or is it out in like 30
The second episode is out right now.
So
Yeah.
we took a week off because of everything going on. Well, first of all, it was too much. Honestly, we needed a beat to breathe and to try to start processing. And then also, when we got into the second week, we decided the episode that we have next week coming out with T.I., we decided in the 11th hour to push that one to next week and to focus our energy on what's important right now in terms of just what's going on in the world. And so we were blessed to be able to get Dr. Melina Abdullah, who is one of the co-founders of the LA chapter of Black Lives Matter, and we've been doing some protests with her and town hall meetings and just really kind of getting activated with Black Lives Matter and Build Power, which is Kendrick Sampson's group. And so basically we were just like, listen, we need to get some information out there. We need to ask some questions, simple questions that, sometimes we get uncomfortable asking because everyone assumes that we should already know the answer. But the truth is, a lot of our Black history and a lot of things that the conversation is, yes, you can educate yourself online, but this is not the stuff they were teaching you in school,
Right.
And so really just saying, how do we, get into some artistic activism? How do we use this platform that God has given us and be specific and intentional?
Amen.
And she came through and she blessed us and we had a great conversation, and it actually is on right now.
It's out now.
So you can check it out when we jump off this live. And
CousinsTalkShow.com. Super simple.
And it's the link in our bio.
He's good for that.
Yeah.
I know, he's good. He's like,
I'm going to give you the clarity.
Cousin, all right, Omni cousin. Yeah, I'm trying to pin the comments so people can see, but the comments are moving kind of fast. So I'm pin it because I saw y'all struggling to pin a few weeks ago when you first went live.
Oh my gosh, that was a struggle.
We're not that tech savvy.
Tell her how to do it. Tell her how to do it. Now, I did it too, and I don't remember how.
I think
You know what it is? You put the comment in and you hold it.
She did it already.
Do it?
Yeah.
Hey.
She did it already. I see the dance moves happening.
It happened.
You guys can click on that Instagram and go and you can actually go and find the past 2 episodes. And I just think it's so important that you guys are having this conversation. And I think it was a great time to launch the series. You know, it's a sad time within the Black community, but the realest conversations happen at home with our families. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you all having this cousins platform where you guys grew up together, and to just be able to have this conversation and people can join in and just see how real it is. You all literally are candid. You don't hold anything back. You guys were talking about relationships the past episode. Y'all are and you're single out here, so you
out here in these streets.
Yeah.
He always says we be trying to sell them.
For the cheapest buyer. Yeah.
That's true.
I was
$1.
Not cheap.
Okay, not cheap.
Good y'all doing it quarantine. But before we even talk about the show, I always play a game, and you guys have been doing a lot of live, so I do want to take some time for you guys to just breathe and maybe have a little bit of fun. And we're gonna have a game of Guess That Song.
Okay.
So the only hint that you all will get is that this is a throwback. And when I say throwback, I mean it's thrown all the way back.
Ooh, back.
Okay.
Back in the time.
And it's groups.
Okay.
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 Groups.
Go ahead.
Groups.
Okay. And I'm going to say it in my regular voice, and you all just have to guess the song.
Okay.
Okay.
Baby, baby, I'm aware of where you go. Each time you leave my door, I watch you walk down the street, knowing your other love you'll meet. But this time, before you run to her, leaving me alone and hurt, think it over.
It's a
Think
group.
it all over. Hey, think it all over. Hey, stop in the name of love.
Yeah.
Hey, that was good.
Good.
Hey, I wouldn't have known, girl. I thought that was a good one.
Yeah, shout out to you. What group was it, Lamyia?
There's a breeze.
Charades.
Wait, yeah, you were right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said the charades.
I wasn't sure. You were right. We decided to say the group, you know, to make sure, you know, double kudos points. All right, here's the next one. You got this one. All right, let's see if you get this one. I know you want to leave me.
I know you want to leave me,
But I refuse to let you go.
And
If I had to beg you, please, for your sympathy, I don't mind. Cause it means that much to me. And you proud to beg.
They don't leave me, girl.
It goes out to me, baby, baby. Please don't leave me. Don't you go.
Okay, what Mommy? Who is that? Who's that again? Is that Smokey Robinson?
No.
Girl, wait, don't tell us.
No.
Temptations!
Yes.
Our mama's here. She helped us.
Yeah.
Mommy's here.
Wait,
So
Mom
we danced to-
totally coming to live. Where is she?
Come here, mommy.
Why she's
We
first
cheated.
mommy?
We cheated.
I knew it though. I didn't know who it was.
We knew it
Yeah.
was, but you know,
I-
you.
Not. I should have.
They cheated, huh?
Come here.
Wait, this is like, now this is a real family. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is, wait, I totally shouldn't have done Motown knowing that you were there.
She didn't help us before though.
She didn't
help
know
us
the words though.
I give
She
you
was
that.
judging us from over there, like
Yeah, she
looking
was
like.
like, she came out the thing like,
Y'all missed about 2
y'all
words.
know, yeah, y'all missed 2 words though.
Yeah.
One more song. Just knowing that Mom's here, I'm gonna do one more.
Okay.
Let me find my last song. I should have done 3. All right.
This is so fun.
I know, like y'all have been on live. I have to be able to like give you guys a moment to, you know,
We
breathe
receive that.
Yeah.
Yes.
for you guys. Here we go. In and out my life. You come and you go, leaving just your picture behind. And I kissed it 1,000 times. When you snap your finger to wink your eye, I come a run into you. I'm tied to your aprons, and there's nothing that I can do. Oh.
Marvin Gaye.
I'm
Wait,
doing it.
Say the first ones again. Say the first line again.
I think it's Temptation.
In and out of my.
I can't say the first line because then you're going to know what it is.
In and out my life. In and out. Don't you go. Don't you go. I think it's Temptation.
A picture line. What'd you say?
What'd you say, Greg?
No, it's not the Temptations.
No, it's not the Temptations.
Oh, wait a minute.
The OJ?
OJ, no, 4 Tops.
There we go. There we go.
Or is that?
That's the 4 Tops.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
We know the words, not the groups.
Wait, how does it go though?
It starts off sugar pie, honey bun.
Honey bun.
There it goes.
Yes.
You know that I love you. I can't help myself.
I love you and nobody else.
Go.
Go.
Yeah.
Sadly, you doing the dance helped me. I was like,
Yeah, the dance.
So fun fact, like I found that out, is that the Four Tops could not dance, but the Temptations could, right? And so they said the only reason that the Four Tops, or one of the reasons that they could really be successful, is if they incorporate some dancing into what they do. And so that's when they started doing this dance.
Oh, that's as good as it got. Hey, it worked.
That's all they're gonna do, because they don't dance.
It worked though.
Yeah, it did.
We're gonna move our shoulders, and so that became who the Four Tops are all about.
That's so
Good
dope.
fun fact. I appreciate that.
Yes,
Now we
I
know it.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
A random fact that's in the mind. But
That's how I figured out the Four Tops was from Little Shop of Horrors. Because one of the singers in that was a
Yeah.
I actually never knew that. I don't know why I agreed. Yeah, I've never known.
I don't know why I agreed.
Took that from. Oh,
Mommy's trying to leave.
Finally.
Mommy, don't leave. We can see me later. Just stay here. Just stay for a while, Mommy.
She's trying to leave us. Like, literally leave us.
she's producing outside the camera.
Say it one more time.
She's producing from outside the camera. She's producing the whole lot.
Yes, though. Truly.
She's really about doing. But yeah, so thank you for that for Little Shop of Horrors. Look at that, random facts.
Yeah.
I love a good rant.
You too, child. But yeah, so let's talk about the show because that's what we're here. And I just want to know, just with these conversations, you know, you all chose to make this episode all about what's been happening in society. I mean, again, it's an important conversation to be having, but what was that like having this conversation on camera?
I think we all actually got a sense of insight, and I want to say peace, because I feel like all of us have been really struggling with the current climate, and I think that there is a call and action. I think all our question is, how do we get a part of the movement?
Yeah.
How do we implement change? How do we do our part and not feel judged for not having all the answers or having it all figured out already, you know? So we wanted to make sure we brought on someone who does have the knowledge and is a frontline worker. And she was just so warm and giving and just blessed us with so much knowledge.
Yeah. And I think that's something that's really important. And in the trailer, you see it. And Meagan, you were at a protest. We can't let up. You know, we're here now. We're out of these protests. We're out on these streets now. But this just can't be this week. We have to continue to fight. And so for all of you all, my question is really geared towards, as entertainers, as actors, as singers, what do you want Hollywood to do? What do you see Hollywood doing when it comes to this conversation and continuing this conversation?
I just, you know, it's interesting because the first couple things I posted, I was enraged, honestly. And I was trying to be responsible, but I was also trying to be transparent and honest. And when I went back over some of those things, you know, I thought about, you know, is this emotion or is this helpful? Mm-hmm. And what is the balance of being transparent and honest and allowing myself to be emotional, but also knowing that the goal is to be helpful and to be useful to God and to be trustworthy to God beyond even my own emotions, in terms of how can I be usable with the platform that I'm given. And so, you know, what I would like from Hollywood is for some of us to stop playing it so safe without me being judgmental, but like find the balance of being completely transparent and standing for something. And even if you don't feel indifferent, but your response feels indifferent to those on the outside looking in. And again, I don't want to judge, but I just want people to continue to speak up. And I think, you know, some of us, you know, I was having a conversation with a few people in the beginning, and again, this ain't the beginning. The beginning was a very long time ago. But in terms of specifically what this climate feels like right now, with everybody really paying attention, you know, people were saying, well, you know, you got to worry about your livelihood after the fact too. And, you know, you can't say anything like you know, this is that. And I'm like, I have to trust God. Yeah, he made me, first of all, before I am woman, I am Black. That's just the reality. Number one, I'm a Christian. I'm a follower of Jesus. After that, I am Black. And after that, I'm a woman. And God made me Black. And so I love my Blackness. I own my Blackness. I have a responsibility to my Blackness. And if this is happening right now in this day and age, in 2020, and I am this age, and I have this life experience, and I have this platform, and I have this opportunity, why would I do anything else but lean into how can I be used?
Right.
And I can't overthink how I'm going to be perceived.
Right.
I do have to use wisdom, of course, absolutely 100%, so that I can continue to do what I'm able to do. But I can't be calculated, and I can't overthink to the point of missing that emotion is tied to the power.
Or being silent to the injustices, because
Absolutely.
that's being complicit to the injustices.
Absolutely,
so
100%.
It's like you've chosen a side when you don't say anything.
Yeah.
And, I think that's an important thing. But as it pertains to Hollywood, I think what Meagan said it best, using your platform responsibly and using it to better the community. Also being unselfish, stop putting yourself ahead of, because see, here's the thing about yourself. You forget that you're going to have kids and you have nieces and nephews and stuff that when you're going out and they're coming in, you haven't done shit, excuse my language, to better the atmosphere for them, to better their future. And so that moment of you just trying to get on top, you may have put money in your account and they're benefiting it off of it in a material way, but that material is only, it does not, once you're out in this world and you are creating your own and you are trying to get a job and you're going to encounter that system.
And let's be real, when the police stop you, it doesn't matter how much money you have or you don't have, and what kind of car you're driving or not driving. At the end of the day, policing is born from slave catching. And at the end of the day, if you get into a situation, it does not matter what your parents did to be safe and stay on a certain side of the line, not to upset anybody or to offend anybody. At the end of the day, it's as easy as happened to you as it is to happen to anybody else. And the thing is, if you continue to speak up, especially those who are in positions to have platform, when you do it, you give other people, you take away the fear from other people doing it. And the more people who do it, the more that it's undeniable, and banding together is what allows us the freedom to do it,
Hi.
Sorry.
Hi, honey.
That's Eli. But yeah, it makes it safe. It makes it safe for other people to speak up. It makes it safe for other people to speak up. And if you don't, then it makes other people afraid to speak up also. And then when they do speak up, they know they're more liable to get in trouble or to suffer the repercussions of not being able to get a job or be treated like a radical or all those things. But when we all stand together, we do it together, you can't fight us all at once.
Yeah.
We're stronger together. So
I said the little ones are like coming in the shot. So
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it's real over here.
It's real family time.
But like quarantine, honey.
Yeah.
But,
no, literally, I just saw you switch to mommy mode so quick. That finger went up, and they cut. I was like, okay.
you heard that?
I saw that. I saw that. But just speaking to that, I think oftentimes, and you're realizing these conversations where a lot of people, and it's unfortunate, a lot of us, when you start making money and you start, as Black people, we sometimes feel like we can conform. We don't want to have these conversations because we don't want to lose that fan base, or we don't want to lose those supporters, because we might have the supporters that are white, and we're feeling like, okay, if we speak out, they may think I'm too Black, or they may think that I am so stuck in my ways, or like, I guess the slavery mindset. But at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff, these things that are still happening, this has been happening to us for years. But what do you say to those people that are kind of stuck in those ways where they feel scared to speak?
I think it's our obligation when we get into the room, when we get a seat at the table, it's our obligation. And not again, one person doesn't represent a whole race, but if you're in the room, then you have influence and power, and then you can also, representation matters. So if I have a relationship with you and you're a white man, you're the CEO, I can now talk to you in a way that you probably wouldn't receive from a random Black stranger, because my life now matters to you. What if I was that Black man? What if I was that Black woman? What if that was my child? What if I walked in here with the story of how the police had their neck on my brother's neck? So there's now relatability there, and unfortunately, silence right now seems like complicity. Like you are complying with, I'm being silent, so I'm not saying anything. And it's funny, my best friend's girlfriend just got back, and she said that her mom is a white hairdresser in Virginia, and she has Black kids, and she was afraid of speaking up on a social platform because she was like, I don't want to offend my clients and lose them. And her daughter was like, but then you're gonna make a world where your black children and grandchildren have to live and be unsafe.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what's the balance?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah. And I think too that people also assume that whenever you want to acknowledge what's not right and the racism and say something about white supremacy or acknowledge black power, all of a sudden it becomes something against all white people, and it's not. You know, at the end of the day, owning your greatness and loving yourself and saying, you know, like, you know, the other day I posted this thing about I am a black woman, this is that. And, you know, sure, there were some people that were like, well, that's for all women. And I'm like, yeah, sure, yes, we all are sisters. We are all one, absolutely. But I'm not talking about that right now. You know, it's like when people say all lives matter. It's like, yes, all lives do matter. But honestly, that cannot be a true statement because black lives don't matter to a lot of y'all. So if you want all lives to matter, those have to matter.
Right, and the statistics
then they all matter. You know,
we are being killed at an alarming rate, and it's statistically shown. So of course, all lives matter, but you guys are not being killed off as a race.
And here's the thing,
because of your race.
it's not about you.
Facts.
Okay, y'all are okay. We're having this conversation because it is about us right now, and it shouldn't have been right now.
Right.
It should have been. If it had been about us, like it was about everyone else, then we would all be good. But it's never been about us, and so
it's just crazy to me.
It aggravates me when people get upset.
Yeah.
About that kind of stuff. Like the other day I posted the revolution has begun, and someone's like, I'm following you, and I'm like,
you said bye, Felicia.
I said bye, but I'm like, it makes me a little bit. I mean, honestly, I kind of don't care anymore. I'm at that point, but it also does make me a little bit sad.
I think we might.
Phone call.
What is that? That's our side. What are they missing? You know? And I don't want to count people out completely yet. I do want to do my best to teach and to help and not be like, well, all right, then, great. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes that is needed. So
I'm more on that side.
What? Counting people, like, or what?
Yeah, like, no, my thing is, because I'm like one of the, you know, I had to learn about myself. I'm not the in-between person. You got to not with the in-betweens. It's either you ready to change, make change, or I'm not the one for the transition. So I'm of the upside.
And I'm in the middle because I'm like a lot of things I do feel like need conversation. Like I feel like she felt like the revolution meant I'm like, oh yes, the revolution is starting not because of protesting, but because I agree with the looting and let's burn this crap down, and because that's what was going on specifically in that moment. I think it's important to have conversations where it's like, I'm not condoning looting. I understand it. But at the end of the day, I'm not saying let's go loot everything and that's the right thing to do. There's so many levels to even what that is, okay? The people who are actually doing it and the people who are doing it, the reason why they're doing it. I mean, there's so many levels to that, but I think that we do need to have dialogues. I think dialogue can change the right ones.
But a lot of times,
however, there are many who are not the right ones or who are the wrong ones, and there's nothing you can do to change their mind, and you have to say bye.
And not only that, you just on there starting mess, because if you look at your whole page, it's evident the process of your thinking through your posts. So my point is to address that, like, girl, bye.
Yeah.
You came here for the comment. You came here for the comment because if you look at all my page, and if you following, you know, like, girl, bye. But yes, there's another extension cord. Sorry, the phone is right here. Oh, okay. You know how that happened. People come start taking them charges, boy.
No, definitely, especially if you're a household of cousins. Best believe.
Oh,
Let me tell you.
Food, drinks, pools.
Yes, mother, it is.
That's what family for, though.
Yeah, we take each other's charges.
That's like...
and that's very true. And again, for everyone watching, you all are continuing this conversation on your platform, on Cousins Talk.
Yeah.
But I do want to, again, like I said, you guys have been doing interviews.
Look in the office, Megan.
Give us 1 second. We so tacky. See, you dealing with cousins right there.
I can't, because that's part of that.
You can. The computer's fine. Yeah. Okay, we doing this. We like, right.
You're really at our family household.
Sorry,
I'm trying not to let the phone die.
See, I would rather y'all. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you found the charger before it dies, and then I'm like,
I know. I was like, do it again together. Okay, got it together.
Oh, what's gonna happen? Then I'm over here. But yeah, so I appreciate you guys. Like I was telling everyone watching, you all can continue. You guys can go watch this conversation on your platform on the Cousins Talk Show. And so I appreciate you all being able to do that. Again, I want to be able to give you guys the time for people to maybe get to know you all a little bit more. So close out because I know you all have more lives to do and more people to we have one more game, and this game is called Cousins Game. And so I know some of you, I know y'all use TikTok, or I know, you know, you guys, I probably have seen some videos on TikTok.
We tried.
Yeah, we each got like one.
Yeah.
I'm anti-TikTok.
Yeah, Megan doesn't do it.
Yeah, she's anti-TikTok.
So what they do is, it's like your siblings come up and they'll ask you like random questions, and you just have to point to that person. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Sounds great.
Okay,
That's
let's do it.
About like how you grew up. And so like, for instance, the first one will be, who was the kiss up, or who kissed up the most? And you all will just point to who that person is. Who was that person? Okay?
Okay, it's put in my mind.
Okay. So the first one is, who kissed up the most?
Kissed up to who?
Your parents.
Huh?
Authorities.
Authority.
Yeah.
None of us, I don't think.
Authorities meaning your parents, not anyone else.
Oh, the parents.
None of us.
We were terrible.
Yeah, I don't think
all
none
of
of
us.
us did. I definitely did.
So get it. Just now. All right. Next. Who was the bossiest? You didn't even point at anyone, so you
Because
knew.
I already knew. You have to own your truth.
So yeah, you gotta live in your truth. All right. Now, who was the messiest? Messy is whether your room or eating, maybe. Some people are messy eaters.
I know it used to be. I don't think any of us are now.
No. But you're a boy. I guess it used to be you.
What?
I don't really remember you. No, he's
Yeah,
a
I'm
Virgo.
Virgo.
too.
I'm super organized.
Oh,
Now,
No, always.
maybe, yeah. I don't really remember him being a mess. That was Romy, because see, you missing
Oh,
some
yeah,
Romy.
yeah.
That was Romy for
My
sure.
brother.
All right.
Romy.
So Romy. All right.
Okay. He's going to hate us for this.
Okay. All right. Who would you say is the meanest?
Me as how?
So maybe the hardest shell to crack.
This one.
Okay.
She's not mean, though, at
Yeah,
all.
I'm saying I wanted you to clarify that.
Oh, look at them. I used to be mean, so they love me right now.
All right. Who would be the one to get caught if you guys were doing something sneaky?
That one.
Y'all
No,
think
I
I
never
get
get
caught?
Really?
I was a master,
to get
baby.
caught. Yeah, we're
Really?
sneaky. You're
Baby.
probably the most to get caught. Yeah, we all knew your business.
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe me did.
I never get caught.
No.
Really? I
Yeah.
never get caught.
Never.
Yes,
I'm a
Never.
master, baby.
Yeah.
I'm also the youngest, that's why.
Who-
Everybody knew his business for
Yeah.
sure. He was the one.
All right. Who never got caught? I think Megan just said that.
Megan said she never got
Me
caught.
or Megan.
I can't believe
We were some little.
I made it through my teenage 20 years.
Yes, she was a little klepto too. I give her.
That was,
Hold on.
the last thing I ever stole. I was 12 years old, and I repented and prayed to God, so I never will be this person again. And I haven't stolen since
See
then.
these fingers?
Now,
They
before,
was hot.
now
They was
before
hot.
that,
They was hot.
now before that, I will say, like 7 to 12, I was major klepto. I was horrible.
And mind manipulator. Go ahead. Okay, next one.
Not the one that stole the charger. She's not the one that's gonna steal the charger at the house.
Not
No,
anymore.
not anymore.
She
No.
might
back in the
accidentally
day.
take it though.
But I'll bring it back.
They'll bring it back.
You probably tell me, can remember to bring my charger,
I
and
will.
you
We're
probably
so
forget.
technical.
And you'll probably forget.
She can't even
And
ask
2
a
months
simple
later,
question.
when I see you again, it will be in my car.
Yeah, it'll be on her to-do list. She'll be like,
You
take
can't even
Dijon
ask a
his
simple
charger.
question. Look how we just elaborate.
Hey, that's how family is. We're learning all about our family, so it's fine. You said welcome to the family. They gotta know all the family stories.
Come on.
All right. Who?
By the way, Tavares, I need my charger.
What do
Good. Sorry. That's for Tavares in case he's watching.
Okay. Who partied the most as a teenager? Okay. All right. That was easy. Okay. Who eats the most?
Me.
All right. Who would you want to drive your getaway car?
Probably mine.
Probably me and mine.
Okay.
I'd
You
say.
predict.
Yeah.
All we know is it's not me.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, definitely not me.
Yeah,
That's what we
yeah,
know.
yeah.
I'll tell you about that later.
Okay, noted. All right. Who was the most spontaneous?
Megan.
Me.
So you're the type of person that let's go to the beach or let's go somewhere.
Yes. I'd be like, let's go to Vegas right now.
I feel like that's
the
both of us. He's the only one that's not like that.
You have to think
He's a
it out.
Virgo.
Yeah,
He's very,
I can be spontaneous, but I'm not
calculated.
that.
Oh,
that
yeah,
spontaneous.
not now.
Yeah, it's like we have to
But
book.
I feel like a lot of it, we grew up, I mean, it's kind of the same nature.
Yeah.
We're very let's go to the beach, let's go bike riding, let's go.
Maya just do it with more.
I have kids now.
Foresight.
Y'all know she does it with more responsibleness.
Yeah.
But now that that's what that's in general.
You always have more.
You
a
were
little bit more
more.
foresight.
Put it this way: you were more likely to survive your spontaneousness.
Mm.
I was not. I should
Or to
be,
make it home
I
at
should be
curfew.
surprised that I.
But that's tactics when you're on the streets. Don't mean. I mean,
I'm very street smart. Tactics. But I'm like, I'll get on a plane to London with like people I just met at a bar that I don't know, and fly there with no hotel room. That's how spontaneous I am. But Maya would at least be like, well, I don't know this person. I might go, but do I know someone there? I'll figure out a hotel room, but I might call. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a little bit more responsible, even though she's spontaneous and crazy.
But Maya, I feel you on that. That's how I would be. I don't think I would have to like know a little bit. I can.
I mean,
What sign are you?
when you say spontaneous, I think.
What?
What are you? Scorpio. What's she a fire? Wait, it's the Scorpio's fire, right?
Yes.
Don't mess.
Yes.
I'm a Leo. I'm fire. Okay,
too,
let's go to
darling.
the next one. Next one.
Okay, I know, right? This is supposed to be like only a minute, but it
But
ended
that's
up.
what you get on the cousin show is that we actually disagree on a lot, but then we also agree on a majority of
Yeah.
things, and then we get very technical and opinions, and that's why it works because we all have different opinions or very similar ones.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next one. Who probably cheated on a test when you were a kid?
All three of us.
Oh,
I wouldn't.
You weren't,
I
but
wouldn't
you
do that.
Meagan,
I'm
for
sure.
sure.
I'm sure I did.
Yeah.
Who's most likely to sneak food into a movie theater? Even back when we used to go to movie theaters.
I definitely would. But would y'all?
I'd be a 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I think all of
I
us.
think all of
I
us.
still do. Yeah.
I think we
Now,
still do.
we still do it.
Yeah.
All right. Who is most likely to cry at a Beyonce concert?
Would you cry?
You don't
Yeah,
cry?
Meagan for
No.
sure. I mean, just at a concert.
Yeah,
like
concert,
something
maybe
emotional.
I think they just mean I cry. I'm a crier.
Yeah, she's the crier.
But if I was gonna cry at a concert, I love me some Beyonce, but it would be like Prince. Like it.
But she's the crier.
It has to be
Yeah.
something that just.
She would be that moved in the moment
Yes.
to cry.
Yes.
At the concert.
I'm the type, like, I definitely have cried at a Beyonce concert just thanking her. I, like, sit back at the end of the concert. I'm like, wow, that was a show. And thank you
She's
for
incredible. I've been to
She's
I've seen her
incredible.
4 times.
She's
and I'm
one of
like,
the best
she's
performers on the
incredible.
planet.
I see her twice whenever she performs. Like, she's one of those people. Her and
What kind of income do you have? God bless you.
Guys, the concert
$500 a ticket. You're seeing twice. You are the top fan.
before everyone starts to think that I'm rich, I'm not. All right. Budget for Beyonce goes on tour every other year, so I budget enough, and it's not like I have
You're a
great.
great fan. Amen.
It's not such a good show.
Yeah.
They're not that great, but I have some money saved for when Beyonce.
Come on now. But you can't buy a good performance, honestly.
Right. Shoot.
You
Nowadays,
You cannot buy a good show.
You can't, and
You can't. You know what I mean?
I mean, every 2 years, I have to be able to have that moment with her at least twice. Okay? Now no, I do not have the bag, y'all. It's called saving for 2 years.
Budgeting. There we go. Got it.
Okay, last one. Who is most likely to cut someone off in traffic on purpose?
Is that you, Maya? I think Maya.
Yeah, not anymore. I'm a little, I'm a little
I think
kid-proof now,
I feel
but
like I heard you cursing somebody out of traffic like 2-3 months ago.
Probably.
Definitely
Like,
does
right
it
before.
before. Yeah, for sure.
Probably for sure.
You're right.
Revealing the truth here. Okay. So do you have road rage or no?
She used to.
No,
Ooh, yes, she used
I
to.
have intolerance for stupid people rage, and that can be anything. Let me tell you something. I was pregnant with my first son, and I pulled up to Trader Joe's, and I was waiting on this parking spot, and this lady went on and pulled in the parking spot. And, of course, God looked out. There was a spot coming right on up right after, but I parked my thing, and she was on her way walking out the store, and I said, you know that'd been your ass, right? You know.
I remember that
your ass.
story.
Yeah.
I remember
Yes,
that
it
story.
did.
You said
I
those.
said it with a chuckle. You know that'd be your ass, right? You know. Yeah, so that's definitely, I have no tolerance.
All right. Yeah.
A little bit of it. At Whole Foods, somebody tried to pull into me in Devon's spot, and I tried to jump out the car and stand in the spot and tell the person. Devon was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "She's gonna take a spot." No, he was like, "No," and I was like, "Baby, but why? Why let you do this?" I was like, "Well, I love you, and you're my husband.
Who else is a spot?
I respect you, and I'm gonna do it." But I said, "But if you were in the car with me, I guarantee you I'd have jumped out this car so quick."
Okay.
We got some spot defenders out there. You know you defended the spot before.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm that type of person. I don't think I'm that confrontational. If somebody does that to me, like, I'll look at them and I'll probably be mad, but I'll just go around the block again and find another spot.
Bless your heart.
You better than me. I get out and I'll threaten you to run me down.
I had a
I
whole parking spot standoff once. I was going to get my haircut, and literally I was backing in. They tried to pull in. I literally sat there for 11 minutes. I was late for the haircut. I texted him like, "Yo, bro, I'm about to get the spot." And the person was so mad. They were like, "Move!" And I said, "No, white man."
Not move today. My reparation.
I'm not moving. I will not move my feet.
Yeah.
I got the spot though. I won. So.
Yeah.
I got it.
I had one bad experience. I'll share this real quick. I had one time when I got upset with somebody. I was driving in my neighborhood, and he decided to make an abrupt, like, left turn. And so I honked at him, and he got out the car. And I was like, oh, okay, so never again will I honk at anybody. Because he got out the car, and he said, who the F? And he started cussing. I was like, oh, okay, so I could have died today. So that's why I will go around the block, and I will calmly, not really argue with anybody, because I never.
Right.
You're actually the right way.
That's the right way. I'm gonna teach my kids kind of that way.
Yeah, that was.
I'd have rolled up the window, turned the music on loud, like.
But the way that he stopped is like he had stopped like right in the middle of the road, so I literally could not drive. But yeah, so
That's true.
I'm
People
glad
are crazy.
you're safe.
People will pull out guns. You never know what's
for real.
happening.
Real talk. It's not worth it.
you can never do that again. So that won't be me. But if my best friend is in the car, best believe she will
Yeah.
look. She's like, oh, Niall, stop. I'm like, okay, wait, yo, I'm driving here. So you
Right.
Yeah, don't get us killed.
I'm the type to be nervous. Like, okay, we're leaving. All right, you just cursed that.
Right. She jump out the car. You like, I'll meet you back at the house.
Right.
I mean, you can get in the car seat and you can drive the rest of the way. I'm not going to be part of it. But again, I want to thank you all for coming on, for sharing this moment. For everyone that's watching, you guys are officially a part of the family. We've learned about you all, but you guys can continue learning about them on their show, Cousins Talk. And you guys, I have tagged the IG for Cousins Talk, so y'all need to go and get that. Look followers up.
Yeah.
Support the show.
The show is out now,
Yes.
right now, in the Cousins.
So too.
Yeah, cousinstalkshow.com.
Yeah.
It's also like in the Cousins Talk Instagram. Bio and all ours.
And all of our
bios.
yeah.
So it's easy to find. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that much.
Omni Player is free to watch. So you guys
Omnis player.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Omnis.
Omnis Player.
It's free and easy. Free and black owned.
All right, yes, you guys can go watch it. There's episode 1 and 2, and then were you hinting at like there's gonna be a special guest on next week?
It's
Or-
T.I.
It's T.I.
So that's
So good.
Yeah.
It's great.
okay. So T.I. will be on next week, but you guys need to go and watch this conversation because, like I said, if you all were able to watch this entire interview, it got real. All right, and it's important to be able to use your platform, and so I appreciate you all taking the time to use your platform to speak on what it's like to just be Black in America. It's something that we constantly face. And this isn't new to us, but it's new to some people.
Yeah.
So I appreciate y'all educating and sharing your experiences.
And
So,
we appreciate you so
appreciate
much.
you.
Thank you for everything. This was a great moment. We had so much fun
So
with
much
you,
fun.
and you are definitely gifted.
Yeah.
well, so much. It was great seeing you all. And Meagan,
You too.
oh,
See you
Unless you-
soon.
all right. See you guys. Stay safe.
Bye.
All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Meet the People Live. We just met the cousins, so y'all can tune in to Cousins Talk. Watch, subscribe. Their episode is officially out, so go ahead and support that. And I will see you all. Thank you all again for watching. Oh, and since you guys are here, you guys can go and follow me. All right. Bye.